Sunnyeo, a high school student who, torn between school lessons and spiritual rituals, flies out of a shamanic ceremony in order to make it to the exam. Jiho's loyal friend helps her slip into school, but focusing on algebra when the world of spirits is boiling around her proves to be an impossible task. Sun dreams of university and a normal life, but her spiritual mother insists that her true vocation is to serve the spirits. And so people begin to turn to her, seeking help in the labyrinths of fate. Among them is Kyung-woo, a gloomy handsome man who is haunted by misfortunes. His grandmother, desperate, brings him to the shaman. And then she is pierced by a vision. Kyung-woo is walking upside down, a shamanic sign of imminent death. Charmed by his beauty, driven by a strange attraction, she decides to cheat fate. But he knows that saving a dying person is dangerous. It's a game of life and death. She had already tried to save him once, but the man had died, almost taking her with him. At school, Sunnyeo feels like a stranger, but she smiles, hiding her loneliness. And so out of the blue, Kyung-woo is transferred to their class. Fate is playing with them, pushing them towards each other. The next day, she sees him almost getting run over by a car. The shaman's instinct, the desire to protect him, takes over. She intervenes, saving him from certain death. Her resolve grows stronger. She goes to a famous shaman for powerful protective amulets. In the morning, exhausted by a sleepless night, Sunnyeo faints in class. When she wakes up in the infirmary, she realizes that she missed the opportunity to give Ken the amulets. After changing into a shamanic outfit, she calls his grandmother, insisting on a visit so that the amulets gain power. But Kyung-woo doesn't believe in the spiritual realm. He accuses Song of cheating and profiting from someone else's grief. As they leave, Sunnyeo sees a new vision. He is drowning. Water is his death. Soon a strange thing happens at school. A student encounters a water ghost in the toilet and ends up in the hospital. Sunnyeo, noticing traces of water on the walls, enters the men's room and scolds the ghost, promising to help her find peace. At this moment, Kyung-woo and his friends appear. The ghost, having lost control, attacks him. Sunnyeo, without hesitation, pours enchanted water over him. But instead of thanking her, he gets furious and doesn't believe a single word she says. Soon she encounters another evil spirit trapped in the storeroom. At home, the spiritual mother gives her a bunch of amulets made by the same shaman from whom she ordered protection for Kyung. Sunnyeo decides to protect him at all costs. She steals his phone with Jiho's help and hides the amulet in a case. Kyung-woo's grandmother, accidentally seeing them, recognizes Sun as a shaman and thanks him for taking care of her grandson. Over dinner, the shaman learns about Ken's difficult life without his parents. She shares her story. Her parents abandoned her too, and she lives with her foster mother. While trying to hide the amulets in Ken's room, they find his medals, evidence of his glorious past as an archer. Ken explains that he has retired from sports and does not want to be friends with anyone. Finally, she manages to hide the amulets. The next day, the students learn about Ken's past. He participated in the arson attack on his previous school and becomes an outcast. But Sunnyeo believes in him and is convinced that he is a good person. In the evening, she sees Kyung-woo walking upside down in flames again. Fire is the cause of his death. The next day, Ken finds himself in the storeroom, feeling the hostility of his classmates. Suddenly, a fire starts. Sunnyeo realizes that the amulets have been corrupted by a shaman seeking revenge on her spiritual mother. She rushes into the storeroom, and Jiho, who arrived in time with a fire extinguisher, helps them. Despite the rescue, suspicion of arson falls on Ken. But the school archery coach, who recognized him from the championship, suggests that he return to the team. Meanwhile, the grandmother visits the shaman and asks her to be kinder to her grandson. Sunnyeo realizes that she has a spirit in front of her, begging her not to leave her grandson alone. Sunnyeo, dressed as a shaman, runs to the funeral home, but Ken stops her. A quiet, emotional confrontation occurs between them. The memorial service for my grandmother takes place in an atmosphere of alienation. His loneliness becomes unbearable. Soon Sunnyeo finds him under the influence of a suicide ghost. The spiritual mother advises her to become a living amulet to protect him from the ghost of suicide. Her every touch should scare away a ghost. Sunnyeo, transformed into a living amulet, is looking for ridiculous ways to touch it. Next, we will see how their destinies will intertwine, connected by spirits, fire, and a growing feeling for each other. What awaits them ahead? Will Sona be able to save Ken from fate and find her happiness, balancing between the world of spirits and the world of people? The drama remains an interesting project that explores the unique combination of the supernatural and the everyday, offering viewers a glimpse into a world where fate can turn upside down at any moment. Hopefully, the series will find a way to deepen its characters and weave together all the storylines to reach their full potential. Good luck to all and bye-bye.